would the idea of anonymously telling a help center or hotline that their friend might be suicidal be a bad idea? What problems would there be if there was? Because sometimes getting help for a friend might cause more problems for them in their family life, in their own society.
Right. So I think this is an important question for anybody who may know or come to know somebody who is potentially suicidal. And that's that we have to ask ourselves, what would be the bigger tragedy? This person being treated differently because they've been suicidal, or this person dying by suicide? Almost always, the case, I hope, people would say that it's better if this person struggles with being looked at differently or causing problems within their society or culture versus being dead. Mm-hmm. In my view, I'd rather be discriminated against than be dead.
But most of the teenagers and young adults don't actually see it that way.
Right.
They think they're by themselves, that no one understands them.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's one of the things that happens as our perception collapses, as we descend closer and closer to the suicide threshold, is that it blocks out our ability to see that other people are going through this, and it blocks out our ability to get help. These are the first faculties that go before our perceptual world collapses. So it does become very difficult. In terms of others reaching out and reaching into that person's shrinking perception, sometimes you do what you have to do. Mm-hmm. And we do this as mental health professionals as well. If somebody's actively suicidal and we have reason to believe that they're at imminent risk for ending their life, we will step in. That said, if we're trying to keep somebody safe, even getting them into a hospital that isn't necessarily going to fix all their problems is better than losing that person. At least we can keep them safe. And then we can worry about the other stuff after. But for now, we have to prioritize, keep them alive, keep them safe, and then we can try to figure out what the problems are. Because sometimes often we see that if we just give the person a bit of time, we can give them time for that perception, that collapsed perception, to expand out a little bit again. If we can keep them safe while it's at its smallest and darkest, their perception, then we can give them a chance to kind of recuperate again, to broaden their perspective and see a little bit more reason, so that way we can have more access into what they're dealing with and to try to help them.